Okay, so I'm not going to try to pronounce this name. I think it's unpronounceable, but this is a good question. And so this user needs to find the slope of the curve at a certain point of some equation that he gives here. And there's an answer in the comments, but nowhere in here does he say that he needs to give the equation of a line. So I'm curious actually. And then you see here that this is the limit definition. So let's cut this. This is -1 minus 3x squared. So y equals -1 minus 3x squared. So that definition is that the limit as h approaches 0 of f of a plus h minus f of a over h. And then we can just use a substitution in here. So here for this one, the point is 5, -76. So this is our a. Okay. So we've got the limit as h approaches 0. And this is the part that you forgot, the limit. Because you couldn't simplify it because you didn't have the limit. And I always forgot to write that too when I first took calculus, so it's no big deal. So f of a plus h is going to be the same as -1 minus 3 times a plus h squared minus -1 minus 3a squared. Okay, all over h. And then this is going to be equal to the limit as h approaches 0. And then so we're going to get -1 minus -1, which is 0. And then we'll have to FOIL this out. So we're going to get -3a squared plus 2ah plus h squared. And this gets distributed here. Actually, let's do that now. Well, I shouldn't be lazy. And this is going to be minus, or actually plus, so minus a -3a squared over h, which is equal to the limit as h approaches 0 of, so -3a squared plus 3a squared is 0. So this becomes 2ah. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Becomes -6ah. And then minus 3h squared all over h. And then we can factor out an h. And so this becomes the limit as h approaches 0 of -6a minus 3h. And so this is the limit as h approaches 0 of -6a minus the limit as h approaches 0 of 3a. And this just goes to, I'm sorry, that's 3h. This goes to 0. And then this portion doesn't deal with h at all, so it's actually just -6a. And a here is equal to 5, so this is equal to -6 times 5, which equals -30. Okay, so hopefully that wasn't too bad of an explanation. So your slope there then is -30. And just so we can follow up, this wasn't asked, but I did see the other user mention it in the comments, and this is a pretty typical type of question that you would expect to see. So let's just cover it. We know that the equation for slope is y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2, right? And you can use this, if we multiply both sides of this by the denominator here, x1 minus x2, this actually looks very similar to, if we just drop one of the subscripts, we can get to the point slope version of a line, which is usually like you're given a point here, you just found the slope, right? You can use the equation for the slope to memorize this, is what I'm trying to get at here. Now, once you have this equation for a line, this is the point slope equation. You've got a point, and you just calculated your slope to be negative 30. You can just plug that all in here. So this is y minus y1. That's y1. So minus negative 76 is plus 76. And that's equal to m, which you just calculated is equal to negative 30. And then x minus x1, that's x1, so x minus 5. And we can leave it like this, or we can simplify and get everything into the y equals mx plus b, the point intercept, or the slope intercept form. So this is plus 150 minus 76. Let's see, so this would be plus 74. So maybe this is what they want. Probably they just want the slope, which was the first thing we calculated as negative 30. And I hope that helps. I've been studying my calculus a lot lately, and forgetting that you need the limit in there so that you can get those h's out really is a big mistake, and it's a very easy one to make because you're not used to writing limits on everything, and you probably just learned the limit laws, so they're a little clunky in your head. But stick with it; it's fun, and it's a good way to think. And as you think that way, you'll start to enjoy calculus a lot more. Please subscribe. I'm going to do homework help sessions throughout the semester in the evening for the subscribers via live streams. You just dump your conceptual or even problem questions in there, and we'll try and get them solved.